most COVID vulnerable place in the country, not just medically, but financially. So we all knew this. We all knew that after decades of mismanagement and decline, strong action was needed. So now is the time. This is the proof. This is the evidence. This is the catalyst. The government's got to take more action, stop messing around, supply the money so the North can grow. And by the way, that's exactly what the South needs. The South needs the North to grow, the jobs to be there, and the tax revenues to come in to fund hospitals in the South, the North, and everywhere else. Now is when we need to take action on this.
These pictures will terrify every frontline health worker in the country.
It's not good.
What's the Northern Powerhouse been in all of this?
Well, to be honest, that's a phrase I've never been very familiar with. I've heard it a lot, but I never understood it. What I know are cities from Newcastle, Liverpool, Leeds, Manchester, Middlesbrough, wherever. They're places that I know well. I know their potential. Their potential. We've got outstanding schools, incredible businesses doing business across the world that brings money into the UK to fund police, hospitals and jobs. But we need now some financial investment. It's not going down the drain. It's going to create tax revenues going forward for the whole country. Somewhere like Middlesbrough needs only £5 million a year for 10 years. We will eradicate hunger. We will sort our schools out, and we will create thousands of jobs that everyone from London to Cornwall to Northumberland will benefit from. Now is the chance to get the North on track. It's got the academic and intellectual backing. We need the money now.
Just on one of the specific points you made there, £50 million over 10 years, and you could eradicate hunger. How would you do that?
Well, already, you know what? We have huge plans going on in Middlesbrough, huge things happening, working with food banks, the Fire Brigade, lots of charities. We have a declared goal, and we're pretty much there, of being a hunger-free town. We were the first place in the United Kingdom to stand up and announce that despite the government House of Commons action on free school meals 2-3 weeks ago, we stood up within 12 hours and said, we're taking action here, and we've got a big plan over Christmas. We are fighting poverty head-on with community groups, churches, food banks, charities, and the Fire Brigade. So we have great action, but we need more help. Poverty is growing. Kids are falling behind at school. Outstanding primaries, Brambles Primary, an outstanding Ofsted school, tells me the kids need laptops to catch up. Kids are falling behind in maths and English, and we need help now.
The big government announcement of the morning, of course, their plan to allow university students to head home for Christmas. I wonder how comfortable you are with the plan as outlined, whether there is any concern, given the fact that at the point at which they'll all be travelling home is the point at which we are supposed to be coming out of national lockdown and all the stress that involves. Are you in any way concerned that the student population could, in essence, reseed COVID-19 in communities like yours?
I'm definitely concerned. We should always be concerned. There are some great signs ahead that we can tackle this virus and get back to normal in time. But absolutely be concerned. Students, what's interesting there is that there has been a lot of spreading of the virus already. Many of them have been infected and are now actually unable to be infected again. So many of them have been infected and are now actually unable to be infected again. So them have been infected and are now actually unable to be infected again. So I don't think students are the biggest risk right now. They were in September when hundreds of thousands, probably millions, went back en masse and started socialising as they would and do every year. That was the time to be worried. I don't think actually Christmas and students is the biggest worry on our horizon. Poverty, losing jobs, and the economic consequences of that down the line are our biggest worry right now.
Oh, certainly not the biggest problem that you have to deal with, of course. But I do wonder whether or not you feel that students heading back to university in January is entirely wise as well.
I think we can do it. I think there are ways of working with the virus. As I was saying back in September, pubs themselves aren't dangerous. It's the way that they are run and the way people behave. If we put measures in place, if we're sensible and we penalise bad behaviour, we can actually live some kind of normality, but we require procedures, adherence to the rules, and punishing bad behaviour that puts others at risk. If we do all of that, we can send the students back, no problem.
Andy Preston, good to see you this morning. Thanks for being with us on the programme.